Hi, I'm Carina, a Senior Cognitive Behavioural Therapist, Supervisor, Mindfulness Teacher, and most importantly, fellow human. And one of the things that I use most in my practice is something called acceptance and commitment therapy. Acceptance and commitment therapy, shortened as ACT, is essentially a practical guide for dealing with your mind when it's doing, well, what minds do. It's an evidence-based transdiagnostic therapy model, part of the third wave of Cognitive Behavioural Therapy, CBT. So that's a fancy way of saying we didn't just make it up. It's based on lots of theory and research, and scientists continue to test it again and again to make sure that it works. And rather than taking you through the 6 processes of ACT, which you can do in your own time, I thought I might show you what it's all about through a practical metaphor or a practical exercise. So, Janvi, we've heard about all these different ways of I suppose, relating to emotions. So I'm gonna ask you to use this piece of paper as a prop and essentially imagine that this piece of paper represents all sorts of difficult emotions, difficult thoughts, and so on that might come up for you in any given moment. So it can be really little things like you've forgotten to buy toothpaste and the thought comes in like, oh, I'm such an idiot, I always forget this, right? Or it can be, tougher things like, I don't know, feeling not good enough and so on and so forth in different situations. And the emotions that come with that as well. Yeah, so I'm gonna hand this over to you.
Yeah.
And then I suppose we humans have several different ways of dealing with this kind of stuff. But one way would be, and I don't know if you relate to this, but really kind of getting consumed by it, getting very
Definitely,
much,
yes.
yeah? So I'll ask you, if you will, to take that piece of paper and put it right in front of your face. Yeah? Okay. And imagine, I suppose, that where I am is stuff that's really important to you. So anything that you would want to work towards or anything that you want to spend time on day to day and so on and so forth. Yeah? So holding that piece of paper right in front of your face, you might even want to touch it to your nose. What does that feel like?
Really overwhelming.
Mm.
As if that's all I can see, and I can't focus on everything else going on.
Right. Yeah. Okay. So then you've kind of said everything else kind of takes a bit of a second place, as it were. Is that right?
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. So then that's one way that we humans deal with all of this difficult stuff. Now I'm gonna ask you to push that paper away from you. Like really try and push it away. The arms straight. You really don't want this. You want it as far away from you as you can, yeah? What does that feel like?
Like I can see the whole picture.
Okay.
Like I can take a second to really take it in. A bit less daunting as well.
Okay. When you say take it in, you mean that or all of this?
I think all of it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now, if I asked you to continue this for the whole day, holding this piece of paper like this, really far away from you the whole day, what would happen? What would you feel?
My arms would hurt.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. And where would your attention be, do you think?
I think only on my arms. I think I'd only be able to focus on the pain.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's basically, you can put it down now. So it's basically almost as though focusing on pushing it away is taking up all your energy, pretty much. Is that right? Yeah.
Definitely.
So then if you put it on your lap now, what does that feel like?
Like it's not there. Weirdly.
Okay.
I've forgotten about it.
Okay. Where's your attention?
On you. Everything around me.
Okay, yeah, brilliant. Okay, so it's still there, and interestingly, it's actually a bit closer than it was when you were pushing it away, right?
Yeah.
But now you've put it on your lap, so it's essentially you're relating to it a little bit differently.
Yeah, I'm aware of it, but I'm not focusing on it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's pretty much what we try and do in ACT. So we, rather than getting all consumed by these emotions, by these difficult thoughts and so on and so forth, or putting all this energy and trying to push them away, get rid of them, make them different in some way, we relate to them differently. We acknowledge that they're there, but we can also engage with everything else, and especially with things that are valuable to us. Hi, I'm Carina, a Senior Cognitive Behavioural Therapist, Supervisor, Mindfulness Teacher, and most importantly, fellow human. You can find me on Project Even Keel, so that's projectevenkeel.com, and the same Instagram handle, Project Even Keel. Today I hung out with the peeps at MindFriend. We shot some content all about toxic productivity, mindfulness and acceptance and commitment therapy. So watch this space, it's all coming out soon.